All right, Team Jetbox. In this video, what we're going to do is kind of walk you through getting your Jetbox set up. I know you just got it and you're probably eager to get it going and see what this thing has to offer. So we're going to show you how to do that. Go ahead and get it out of the box. Turn the power button there on the side, and you should see a little blue light come on. Some of them are very bright, some of them are rather faint, but the blue light will come on. It'll kind of go through the logos and the whole boot up process, and then you'll be taken to a screen that looks like this. Once you're on this screen, the first thing you want to do is connect to your network. So you're going to go down here to where the folder is, and it's got some tools on that folder. Go ahead and select that. It's going to bring up the network, and you can either select via Wi-Fi or via Ethernet. We're going to go with the Wi-Fi option here. So scroll down, find the network that you want to connect to, and go ahead and select that network and input your password. I already have the password set up on mine, so I'm just going to go down and say connect now. That's going to go through, it's going to validate that password, and it's going to connect you to your wireless network. See, Wi-Fi connected. And then we just go back a step to that previous page that we're on. There's not much else you want to do here on this screen. I mean, you got your browser, Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff. If you need to run a speed test to get an idea of what kind of speed you're running, you can always select the speed test down here at the bottom. But that's pretty much all you're going to do here on this screen. And obviously we can go over here to the App Market. That's the Google Play Store. Should you want to download any files, games, or anything like that that the Google Play Store has to offer. But for the most part, you're not going to spend much time on the screen. What you want to do next is go over to this icon in between Spotify and Speed Test. Go ahead and launch that, and you're going to be brought to a screen that looks like this. Now, when you're on this screen, this is where all the goodies are. This is where Jetbox really shines. So what you're going to want to do here is we have 5 different apps down here on the bottom, and they range from movies and TV, more movies and TV, a lot of different stuff within AAA stream. That's some good stuff. We got your sports over here. That's where you're going to watch your UFCs, your boxings, your basketball, baseball, football, whatever. All that stuff is within there. And then we got news over here. But let me jump over first and foremost to the TV and movies. So we have here TV, movies, and all that kind of stuff. And down here in the bottom, we got the search feature. You can search for pretty much anything you want. We'll go here and say search for a TV show. I'm going to go ahead and enter, let's say, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Done. Don't know why. Maybe because it was all caps. Maybe that's why it didn't work there. So let's turn the caps off. I guess it's still on. Try that again. Game of Thrones. And there we go, we got Game of Thrones here. So you're going to see the cover art for the show that you just searched for. You go ahead and select that, and then within that it'll show you all the different seasons. Currently, Game of Thrones is on season 5, so I can select that one. The next screen is going to show you all the episodes. We're only 2 episodes in so far. The last episode played just this past Sunday, April 19th. You can see it down there under the picture for that particular episode. You have a choice here. You can either autoplay that, and to do that you would use the icon on your remote that has 3 lines. If you have a keyboard style remote, you would press the letter C. What that's going to do is bring up a secondary menu here. You can go ahead and select autoplay, and that's just going to pick whatever stream it feels is the best, most reliable stream to go with. It's not always the case that that's the most reliable stream. It may start off and be poor quality, in which case you would just go back a step and then manually select it, which will bring up a secondary screen. It's going to show you all the different streams that are available. From that point forward, once you select one of those streams, then you'll see HD options. You'll see something that may say HQ, which is high quality. You go down below HD, you might see something that says MQ, which is medium quality. And just so you know, the difference between HQ and MQ, it's little to none. There's what's called lossless compression. It's a technical term for basically making the file really small, but keeping the quality basically the same. So you're not gonna see much of a difference between HQ or MQ. Should you run into some buffering issues, maybe you don't have the most reliable stream or the most reliable internet connection, you might want to select an MQ stream over an HQ stream because the file size will be significantly less than, you know, that of an HD. You can see the first one is almost 4.5 gigs, so attempting to stream that may be challenging if you don't have the most reliable internet connection. So I'm just going to choose one of these at random, go with I don't know, maybe number 3. And once you select that, what's going to happen next is just going to do its little thing. It's going to send out that request, and once, you know, it finds the server that has that file, it'll just start playing. Here we go.
You have a choice, my friend. You can stay.
A little bit of buffering in the beginning when it first comes on is totally normal. That should go away.
You can ride with me to Marine, meet Daenerys Targaryen, and decide if the world is
You can see very high quality stream here. Very reliable. I'll go ahead and fast forward through here. Jump ahead. That resolves extremely quickly.
The Sand Snakes are with me. They have the love of their people. They will avenge their father while you sit here.
Jump ahead a little bit further.
Tonight, the Night's Watch.
Good old Jon Snow. You're familiar with the show.
Sir Alistair Thorne is going to.
So I'm going to jump back, get out of HBO, and you know, this is a show that just played last Sunday, so we're talking about current content. Netflix, Hulu, they're never going to have HBO shows to begin with, let alone a show that just aired a couple of days ago. So when we say that we're playing shows in real time, we are genuinely playing shows in real time. I could search for a movie. I can go to just the movie selection. This is more of a browsing type of thing, most popular, people watching, all that good stuff. So we just say, I don't know, most popular. We got a movies and theaters selection down there. Little disclaimer on the movies and theaters, you're going to be at the mercy of what's available, what streams are out there. A lot of them, when they first come out, they're going to be cam rips and not the best quality. You want to wait a couple of weeks to get a good quality stream out there. And again, that page where you choose the stream, it'll tell you what kind of quality you're dealing with, HD, HQ, MQ. If it's a cam, it'll say CAM for cam. But this is just, you know, we're in movies now. This is what people are watching. It's more kind of a browsing experience. I can select any one of these. I don't know, go ahead and select, my kids love this, Frozen. Watch this thing all the time. You can see a little check mark indicating that it's been watched before. And again, same thing with the selection process here. So you'll select the movie. You can go and select the stream. I'll just pick one at random again. We'll go with 9. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you could select the first one. You can select the second one. You know, 9 times out of 10, those are going to play. If for some reason the first one doesn't play, just jump back, select a different one, and that should be good to go. Again, if you experience buffering, if it's a poor quality stream, or anything like that, you're not happy with the picture quality, you can always just jump back and select another stream. That's the beauty of this this system here. So you can see, again, this has been something that's watched before. Another great feature about this system is it caches content for you. So you can see this was stopped at the last point that it was watched at about 30 minutes into the video. So when I went to play it again, it's asking me, do I want to start it again from the last place that it was left off? I could resume, or I could start from the beginning. Just to show you that feature, I'll go ahead and select resume here, and it'll just bring me right back to where we left off the last time. My kids got the attention span of a reindeer, so we're watching this constantly here. And it just brings me right back to where we were. As you can see, we're down here 29 minutes in. Again, I could fast forward through here, just jump ahead, and it's just jumping really quick. So, the Jetbox got an amazingly fast processor, so when you're moving from one point of the video to the next and you want to jump ahead like that, that processor is going to facilitate that request super quickly and give you minimal to no buffering when doing so. So yeah, there's Frozen. We jump back out, get out of movies, or we could just select another movie, maybe something that hasn't been played before. I don't know, go down here to next and just see what's on the next page. And again, this is just what people are watching, so that changes all the time. This is more if you don't know what you want to watch. And I don't know, we go to, let's say, what is this, Edge of Tomorrow. I can press that secondary, that button again, the button on the remote, that it's not a keyboard remote. It's got the 3 vertical or horizontal lines. That'll bring up that secondary menu. If you got a keyboard, again, it's the letter C. If you were to press that here, you can do a couple things here. You can add it to favorites. That's like similar to adding it to your queue in Netflix so you can watch it later. Or you can just select autoplay rather than picking the stream. As I've shown you before, you know, I've picked 2 different streams. This is the autoplay feature. If I were to select that, it's not going to take me to that next page where we're picking a stream. This is just going to go ahead and find the best stream that it feels is the most reliable, and you won't have to do any of the selection there. It'll just pull up whatever it feels is the best one there. The autoplay feature typically take a little while longer than just selecting it, because it's kind of going through a decision process, doing different algorithms. However it decides which stream is the best quality stream, that process can take a little bit longer. So if you're of the impatient variety, maybe you're better suited to selecting it on your own, but I typically prefer auto stream because I don't really care where the stream's coming from. I just want to watch the movie. Again, this is a super high quality movie. It says SD, which is interesting because clearly this is in HD, and that goes back to that that compression I was talking about with HQ and MQ. This has been compressed in such a way where the file size has been shrunk down, but the quality's been retained. And so what that means is that it's gonna play very quickly. It's gonna have little to no buffering. It's gonna be a very, very stable stream. So again, you know, it gets an SD rating because that's built on the file size and that's so small. But we got Dolby Digital 5.1. If you got your surround sound hooked up, that's good there. Go ahead and fast forward here. Get into the movie.
How do we make it?
It's hard to say, really.
There we go. There's Edge of Tomorrow. Let me jump out of movies here. We'll get out of Genesis entirely. Oh, I do want to touch on one thing. If you were to add that to your favorites, where your favorites would be located is in that first level of Genesis, that first screen that you go to. It's right here under My Genesis. And then from the next screen after that, you're going to see favorite TV, favorite movies, and you know, all your stuff will be in there. So if I go to my favorite movies, I got a bunch of stuff in there. And this is just quick access. You know, I can access any one of these movies and just watch them really quickly. I got a lot of kids' movies in there, movies they watch over and over. So yeah, all my movies are there. And that's where your favorites are going to be located. Comes in handy. I use it quite often. So jump out of Genesis now. Prime Wire or One Channel, I have it there just because if there's anything you can't ever find in Genesis, One Channel should probably have that. It's got a massive database. AAA streams, you know, we got live TV, live movies. We got different kind of sports in there. I mean, you name it, you got it. This app or add-on has just an infinite amount of content. Really cool resource. It's going to take a little while to get yourself familiar with it. But, you know, I know it's a bit of commitment familiarizing yourself with this, the way this particular add-on is structured, but I guarantee you it's worth it. If you spend the time in here and kind of navigate your way around and figure some things out, you will be really, really happy. I mean, we got live channels, sports, you name it, it's in here. Let me hop over to the sports side of things. Speaking of sports, this is the add-on that you're going to use for sports. This is the free sports section, so I can go down here to live sports. Now, if it's UFC night or a boxing night, this add-on is going to have all that. The 3 that I prefer, I like FirstRowSports.eu, FirstRowSports.ge, and then I jump down here to the bottom to VIPbox.tv. These are the three that I use. I don't really mess with any of these other ones because these three all look very similar and they all pretty much do the same thing. So those are my go-tos. Again, if it was boxing or UFC night, and we're in live sports here, so we don't have a match going on right now, but this will show you basically what's happening. It's in 24-hour time format. So what is it? West Coast time, we're at 5:42. So let me see here, 1800. Not really sure what's going on. Try this one. Not sure if this is the correct time here. Yeah, no streams available, so that might not be going on. And again, I'm in boxing and UFC. Right now it's baseball season, so I'll go down to baseball, find something that's working there. Just show you a game that's on. We're gonna have a lot more of that stuff. We got the Detroit Tigers versus the Yankees. See what's going on with that game. So what's going to happen here is you're going to select that, kind of similar to Genesis, is you find the game and then the next page is going to be the stream. So yeah, go ahead and select the game. The next page will be the stream. Sometimes these add-ons don't always, they need to update themselves. They're not always the most reliable, unfortunately, in the free side of things. Here's one. We got 3 different links. You can just select one. So we're in VIPbox.tv, and as I mentioned, there's those 2 other add-ons. I'm having some difficulty with this one right now. So I think what I'm going to do here after I select this may not work, is jump back to those other 2 that I mentioned, just to kind of give you an idea of how the free stuff works, and just pull up a game that's working so you can see kind of what the free sports is all about. I'm going to jump out of here and go to those other 2. Select this one. And you'll notice the interface is pretty much the same on here. So just go down to baseball and select, we'll start with the same game. And we got a bunch of different links there. So I don't know, we'll just select any one of these. Or is it the Detroit Tigers versus the Yankees? So you may find one day that First Row Sports is working great. Maybe another day it's not, and then you jump over to VIP Box. I mean, they kind of just jump around from one to the other. And again, that's kind of the trade-off with the free version of the sports, is that the level of consistency is not really there. You can find it by kind of going through this process, but you know, that's kind of how it works. You got to jump around and just search for it. But here we are. Now we got the Yankees versus Detroit here. It's a live game going on right now. Pretty consistent. Pretty good quality. We can't fast forward ahead like we did in the movies or anything again, because this is live. It's going in real time here.
People realize how much spin is on a baseball, and how much it hurts if it hits a finger or hits your wrist.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here now. We'll go back, get out of sports. That's what sports is all about. Jump down over here to live news, and we have news from around the world. ABC News, you can see there's a check mark, that's already been played. But we got international news coming from everywhere. We got Greek news, Arabic news, you name it. It's here. We go to BBC. We'll have different language options within here. BBC World, Arabic. Let me just put on World real quick.
Through after a goalless second leg against Monaco.
That just starts right up. I'll go down to one that I haven't put on before. Maybe Euro News. They got a lot of different languages, I believe. English. I can throw on German of that one. That's going to play the German live news.
An die Welt über die armenisch-türkischen Beziehungen und über die Anerkennung.
So that's live news. Kind of in a nutshell. That's what you're going to do here. You got your news, you got your movies, you got your TV.
Yes. She's the complete package.
You got your live sports. I mean, you name it, the system has it. That's a little bit of everything that it's capable of. If you scroll down here from videos down to add-ons, we're going to have a whole folder that's got a whole bunch of other stuff in here. Should you want to see anything else, I mean, there's a lot more content in here. And then you can go in here and you can, you know, there's even more stuff in here that we don't even have installed. I can go down here and, you know, install any one of these things. I have no idea what this is, but if I want to install that, it's just that simple. And then you can uninstall it the same way. And once that's installed, it's going to be placed in that folder here alphabetically. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been helpful. And that's how you're going to set up your system and get going.